How's my hair? Hi guys, day 20, plenty of lockdown. I don't normally do this, but lockdown brings out strange things. I was asked to just type a flyer for John to put onto his page. So I thought about what I was going to do when I can remember fishing in the World Champs up in Dullstroom, and I was asked a question after the competition by one of my Aussie teammates, or guys who are in my group, and he said, so what was the secret of the flyers? And I kind of had to go back to him and say, well, it wasn't really a secret, because I didn't actually catch, other than in the first session, I didn't actually catch on the still waters, I didn't actually catch any fish on the same fly. So all the other still waters, we kept changing flies, and that's what actually caught the fish. But there were sorry, about 10 different flies in the still waters, and on the streams maybe 3 or 4 different flies. So anyway, I'll tie up a quick damsel pattern that I used in the first session. It was quite a tough session on the town dam in Dullstroom. I've been fishing for an hour, 2.5 hours, half an hour to go, and we hadn't had a fish on the boat. We hadn't pricked a fish. We'd seen a couple moving, so put on an intermediate line, moved across to a weed bed, threw out an intermediate line with a damsel pattern on, and just let it sit, and then twitch it every, say, 15-20 seconds, just a slight little twitch. And I picked up 2 fish there within the space of like 10 or 15 minutes. The fly that I used was my own version of a cross between a booby and a damsel. I actually don't know what it's called. Very simple tie. It basically uses two materials. A marabou, I use this strung marabou. I'll show you the reason why I use this. And then also the Wapsi foam cylinders for hoppers and the like. I use those as the booby eyes. Very simple. You don't have to make up your booby eyes. It's come in all different colors as well. Anyway, the 2 colors I'm using here, it's orange and the brown. That's the fly that I actually caught on. The hook that I use is a ideal streamer, size 14. You can go up to a size 12, and the bigger patterns up to size 10. But I'm fishing the small damsels, where it's probably only about an inch and a bit long, so that I saw in the weed beds. Okay, so let's get started. I'll show you. It's actually a very quick tie. Prepare your materials. This is the type of marabou that you're looking for. These long wispy strands, because you can use the whole strand there for tying the fly. That's why it's a very quick tie. Okay, so we'll start off with just dressing the hook. I don't do too much fancy things. Just dress the hook. Just come back to put in your booby eye. Just you can always trim it to size later. Cut a small section. Just make sure that you put it in the center of the eye. Straighten the eye on the hook with your wraps. I don't even use super glue. Just do a couple of figure 8s. The pattern is normally kind of fished static, so you're not really putting too much strain on the eyes, stripping and doing everything. Yeah. Like I say, it's a very basic pattern. Then we just take our marabou. Let's not forget that a damsel is rather slim, so we don't want to have too much bulk in this fly. Long thin strands. Okay, now you've got quite a bit of bulk here, so I'm going to trim a bit of it off, because I don't want the body to be too much. And then I'll put in you don't have to do this, you can put in I use the Danville's fine gold rib. I do it with and without the rib. You can also put a bit of flash or flashaboo or whatever you want. but the damsels don't really have that too much flash sitting around. Right, so here's the trick. You just grab the rest of the marabou strands, put it onto your thread, and then just do a couple of twists. That's it. So you make like a little string, and then all you do then is you just use Jay's rotation on his vise, and you just roll the body to the eye, trim it off. You should never trim at the bottom like that, but and then just lightly rub the body with your wire. If you want to put super glue in here to hold the eyes in place, it's up to you. I don't use it. And then we'll finish. Done. You can whip up 6 or 7 of these in the space of like 30 minutes. If you don't put the ribbing on, it's even quicker. Basically, all you're doing is creating a very slim profiled. When this gets wet, you'll see how slim it actually gets. It's pretty much like a damsel. Like I say, very simple, 2 to 3 materials, and if you want to use a bit of super glue, you can put that in as well. Happy tying. Cool.